How many times did you tell yourself that I'm gonna do something, that finally gonna change my life, and then your mind talked yourself out of it? How many times you had a new goal and then it simply didn't happen? I know, too many times. I've been there myself, and I finally decided to make a change. In this video, we're gonna talk about 5 ways how you can take control of your life and your mind. Alright, number one is identifying what's wrong with you. And the fact that you're watching this video and you're clicked on it and you actually here until this point, because your attention span is not cooked like everyone else's who is can't even sit through a video that's 3 or 5 seconds long. 3 or 5 seconds long, seconds in, they just completely give up. Their mind thinks about someone else, they scroll. So you're not like that. You clicked on this video. That means you're very self-conscious that your mind is a big problem. Well, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Rashid, and a few months ago, I found myself at the lowest point ever. It's gotten to the point that I could not do a single thing to make a change in my mind or in my behaviors or in my actions. And I finally came to a stop about a month ago, and I started taking steps towards actually becoming more self aware and doing things to become better. And there are a few things that I will go through that helped me do this. And so, number one is writing negative thoughts on a piece of paper. So whatever negative thought you have throughout the day, you have to become super aware of it. You have to catch them and just write every single negative thought on a piece of paper. Self-aware. Once you become super self-aware and you understand why you simply can't stop scrolling, you just use a lot of distractions and things to get you out of your mind or actually improving your life, that you need to identify those things. So number two is stop consuming stupid content. You need to stop consuming brain rot or the kind of content that provides you no value. So, for example, when you're on TikTok and the algorithm is not, it doesn't work in your favor, it just provides you with things that the TikTok algorithm might think you are actually interested in, or things that might provide you entertainment. But here is the problem, right? You don't really control what you see on TikTok and Reels unless you actually work on your algorithm by focusing on engaging with a lot of content that you actually care about. For example, if you care about discipline or again, focusing on your mind, developing it, you have to engage with a lot of content that actually talks about those things in order to see more of that. But ideally, you can just go on YouTube and search up things, or go on Google and search up things that you actually care about and want to learn. If you need to send screen times on your apps, that's also a very good idea. For example, for TikTok, I only have about 5 minute daily allowance because I used to spend 2 or 3 hours a day just consuming TikTok. So it took up a lot of my free time. Replace that with books, podcasts, and long form videos, or even short form videos that are things that actually teach you. Be very mindful of what you consume. And it's going to be really hard at first, super hard. The first week, especially, it's going to be insanely difficult, but it's going to get better slowly. It's a very long process. It's going to take a while. Number 3 is discipline. And the thing with this is that motivation comes and goes, right? Every single time you strive to become better or to make a change, you get a spark of motivation, and motivation doesn't last. It lasts only maybe a day or two. You will not be able to run on motivation. You need discipline. And every single time there's a shiny object, there's something new that you actually want to pursue, you will have a lot of motivation. You will have a lot of drive at first, but then when the shiny things go away, you actually get to work. That's the hard part. That's where the discipline kicks in. And to get a good discipline, you must focus on the vision and anti-vision. And anti-vision is very, very, very important. I actually talk about this on my other social media. Identifying how you don't want your life to look in the next year or 5 years or 10 years is very, very powerful. and on the contrary, identifying what you want your life to look like in 5 years, in 1 year, in 1 month, even, is very, very crucial point of controlling your mind. And once you understand your anti vision and your vision, you must come up with the things that you need to do on a daily basis. And every single time you do those things on a daily basis, you will have this vision that keeps appearing every single time you do that activity, and it helps you get through that activity if your vision is actually really strong. Number 4 is control about what you think. Your thoughts are very powerful. So whatever you think about, whatever you care about, or whatever comes to your mind throughout the day, that is what you become. So let's say if you think to yourself, I'm not a confident person, I don't have control of my mind, you won't have control of your mind, because you need to keep telling yourself, I'm a confident person. Or, as I've read in Atomic Habits, a very big life hack, quote unquote, is to identify the things that your vision, whoever you want to become, right? For example, let's say you want to run a marathon in a year, let's say, right? You must identify the things that a marathon runner does on a daily basis. And then when you do the actions that are required to become a marathon runner, every single time you need to remind yourself, oh, with, for example, if you come across something negative or binge eating for a week, you must think to yourself, would a marathon runner do this action? Most likely not. If and you have to just keep reminding yourself every single time. Also, in general, becoming more confident and controlling what you think is very, very, very powerful. For example, for me, I got to a point where I was very heavy. I was probably almost the heaviest I've ever been. I don't know if you guys do kilograms, but I do kilograms. I was at 88 kg last month around this time, and now I'm at 83 kg. So I lost about 5 kg, which is like, I would say, 11, 12 pounds of weight in a month. And that's by simply identifying the problem that I'm overweight and making simple choices every single day to become the person who is fit, who's athletic, who's healthy. And by thinking about this every single time I did an action like going on a treadmill, incline walk, or working out, every single time I would think about who I actually want to be. That was very, 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 very powerful. The fifth thing is do the things you don't want to do. The more you do them, the stronger your mind becomes, just like a muscle. So every single time you do an action that you don't want to do, you exercise discipline, because that is what discipline is. Discipline is doing the things that you don't feel like doing, but that are required in order to get to where you want to be. That is the definition of discipline. And your mind and your brain is just like a muscle. It's not strong, it doesn't have endurance, it doesn't have a lot of power at first. You have to slowly train yourself. So, for example, doing some form of activity today for 5 minutes, and then tomorrow you can increase that activity to 6 minutes or maybe 10 minutes, whatever works for you. But your mind is technically like a muscle as well. So the more you do the things that you don't want to do, the more you train that muscle, and the more you train your discipline as well. And that is how you sort of take control of your mind, and that is how you get rid of the horrible negative things that you have in your life and transform yourself for the better. I am waffling here for about, I don't know how long, but I tried to sort of, I'm not sure how this video is gonna do, but I wanted to keep it as authentic and as raw, and just talk about my ideas that come into my head. And if you want to see any more content like this, I will be posting more long form content like this. And I will also be posting shorts, and you can check out my Instagram as well and my TikTok. That's where I'll be posting more short form content, the content that's pretty fast. It's 30, 40 seconds long if you prefer that kind of content. On YouTube, I'm actually planning to keep things pretty long. So if you enjoy content like this, make sure you like, first of all. Second of all, make sure you subscribe. And there will be a newsletter coming very soon where I'll be providing a lot of value every single week. So once a week, I'll be sending out an email with the topic of the week, and I'll be sort of trying to provide as much value as possible for free. So if you're into that and you want to get more value, watch out for that because that is coming very soon as well. So, anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure you follow and leave a like. Have a good day.